Ladies and gentlemen, live from T-Briz Studios, it's the Adult Baby Show.
I'm a sweet boy.
I'll let a girl suck any part of me. I mean, honestly.
It's just in my mouth, just.
Oh, like, I'll try anything once.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Except getting to work on time.
You just ruined my day. Fuck your day.
Oh, let's get the feet involved.
It's not a nut. Maybe I shouldn't say that out loud with you.
Some people
Yeah.
are absolutely
Uh-huh.
disgusted by me.
He ain't lying.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Adult Babies Podcast, episode 257. I am B.
I'm Chic.
And I'm Ryan.
And on today's episode, we're going to talk about my new issues in the world.
Yeah, you got some impending concerns.
Things
about-
are happening.
Things are happening. You're suspicious of.
I'm suspicious
Yeah, I'm going to learn about
of the
that.
surroundings
Yeah.
happening in my world. Chick gets,
My house got egged.
yeah.
Well, I don't spoil it. We talk about it. Our 4th
our
of
4th
July,
of
our
July
4th of July events. And
happenings.
yours happened after the celebration. But, of course, we do Chick's picks, which are
Yeah. And
all
Ryan,
movie-related.
you go on a
excursion.
love
aquatic
excursion.
excursion.
I take a romantic excursion.
Yeah.
Yeah. So enjoy the episode. Yeah, here it is.
Enjoy.
Now when I'm like not doing anything or paying attention, I've just been throwing Jaws on. Such a great
Good
movie.
idea. I haven't seen
Taking
it in a
over,
while.
taking over for JFK for the meantime.
No, JFK's still in the mix.
Okay.
I watched that again.
Sorry to insinuate that it wouldn't be.
No, yeah, I've been watching 2 parts of it specifically, and they're long scenes. The one with what the hell's his name? Donald Sutherland, when he's Mr. X and he's giving him the whole background of the day.
This is JFK.
Yeah, and then
You
the
know, I
other
don't think
scene
I've
in the
ever
court-
seen JFK.
You got to watch it once.
Yeah, I never have either.
Yeah.
I know I haven't.
Yeah.
Are you like just don't care for the?
No, I think it's
Oh.
on my list of movies to watch.
Oh, all right. It's
I
just
mean,
Is it a
long-
good movie?
It's a very good movie, and it's star-studded cast. Like every person is a big name.
but the director,
Oliver Stone,
Oliver Stone, he's gotten like some heat lately.
Oliver
He's
Stone.
like a big conspiracy guy now.
huge conspiracy guy.
Yeah. And
He's also
I
a
know
very
that.
pro-Russian person. If you ever watch his, so like he did the United States, that it was like the history of the United States or the unedited or whatever it's called, and it was like him narrating our whole history. And when he got into World War, like listen, he actually a lot of stuff he puts as facts, but he just kind of like puts this like. I don't know, like World War II. He's like, oh, Russia won that war. We didn't. Like, he was very like pro-Russian. I found. He's also had the interviews with Putin. He's like a Russian sympathizer. What do you call it? Sympathizer.
Interesting.
Not that I really care, but I just some of his stuff is a little off the beaten path.
We're recording.
Oh, we are.
So we're ready to go whenever. I did have an idea of just talking and going into it and then recording an intro after the episode.
Not a bad idea.
And then you can say like in the intro, you can be like, "Hey, welcome," and then you can kind of say, "This week we're going to talk about this," and we'll know what we'll have talked about.
So do the episode first, and then
Do the episode, and then afterwards, and then all I have to do is just take the end, drop it in the front, and then so we can like just
instead
start
of
talking,
mangling our intro every
and I
single
can kind of
time
like I can kind of just like blend.
and start it
I
almost.
kind of like you can cut an intro.
I like
we can
that,
kind of talk
yeah.
about what we talked about, and then it can go from the intro just and then blend into just like us talking.
I like that because our intros are awful.
I don't find them awful, but you
No,
got
I mean, I do find them
they're,
funny.
They're uncomfortable for it's like awkward for a second.
Yeah.
But it's not a big deal. I just had the thought of like you could talk about what we talk about.
Yeah.
In the intro.
It's a good idea to start recording ahead of time.
Just have recording
Yeah.
and then we can kind of
Yeah.
just blend in.
And
So
yeah, because if we pick up on something,
yeah.
it's good.
Yeah.
I like that.
recording.
I'm
I
down.
think anything that's recorded, any good conversation could be put in.
So is this part? Am I putting this in? Are we gonna talk about how?
Well, now you're the producer. You got to dictate that. But listen, I love hearing myself talk. So anytime you put me in,
Anytime he's talking about JFK, it's gold for him.
it's gold.
all right. So this is the episode.
People want to hear me talk about JFK.
People already heard the intro then.
Wow.
So, yeah. They heard the idea for it and then the thing.
All right. I like it.
I just got to I got to turn my notifications off for this app. Did you guys download? Did you get the new Threads?
I
You
did.
joined Threads?
I did.
Did you join Threads?
What's Threads?
It's a new Twitter.
It's Instagram's Twitter.
So it's a whole new app.
I follow
completely?
you.
I
We follow each
I
other.
followed everybody that I was on Instagram. I just
Yeah.
I have to get that. I didn't know.
I think I have more followers on Thread than I ever had on Twitter right now.
I'm close.
Yeah.
I only had 61 on Twitter. I just looked because I had the same thought.
I think I'm going to do a lot of old tweets.
I thought the same thing too. I'm like, I'm just gonna go through my old tweets, copy them, go to
Right
Threads.
there.
paste them.
Threads, an Instagram app. Is that what
That's
it's
it.
called?
Yeah, yeah.
The
Yeah,
black with the white circle.
That's
That's
it.
it.
Yeah.
Oh, the @ sign. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so it's interesting. I don't know. You know,
Yeah, I never got a hold of Twitter. It never caught for me. I tweeted. I spent like a couple weeks one year. I'm like, I'm gonna put some work into this. I'm gonna start tweeting things. So I had like one span of time where I tweeted a lot, and then that was it.
I think that's a lot of people. I like Twitter for the search engine aspect of it. So like I would look up, all right, I want to look up Aesop Rock. I put his name in,
Yeah.
and I would see what are people talking
talking
about.
about.
Him. So
So-
I would do it with my sports teams, whatever's trending, that sort of stuff. But
Yeah.
I wasn't a big tweeter. Like I'm like, I'm not great with that. But I'm gonna try to throw some stuff on this. We'll see
Yeah.
how long that'll last.
My
Probably be
humor-
a month.
My humor never really worked well in that short form thing.
Yeah.
Did you ever
like
think you
a-
were just early to it and it picked up more? Like if you went back and tried that same attempt or approach, it would still work?
I don't think I was early to it. I mean, I did get my name at Twitter, so I was early enough to just get my name.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But
That's
I didn't put a lot of work into it. So I have my name on Instagram. I have my name at Twitter. I had my name on Facebook. It was like facebook.com/Ryan Brook, but then I deleted my account and I started over.
MySpace.com.
I did-
That's
I
Ryan
think-
Brook is.
Made you laugh?
made you laugh.
MySpace. It was MySpace made you laugh. Yeah, Ryan Brook made you laugh. TikTok. I didn't get my name. I think I did maybe, and then I didn't. I
Is your
forgot
name
my password.
such a
and then-
common name though? Like is Ryan
There's
Brook a
like-
very common name?
There's a couple of Ryan Brooks that I'll always see have like if I don't get to something first, they have it.
And it's the same people, like you
And
know them now.
there's another Ryan Brook who's a photographer. And
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
but I have RyanBrook.com. I have I get in on early a lot of that
How
stuff.
good of a photographer is he? Do you look at his
He does
stuff?
he does more like restaurant and product photography.
Okay.
Yeah, we're different.
So you
types of photography.
differentiate from that Ryan
Yeah,
Brook?
yeah. But it's just funny that
I've been in a battle with Brendan Ryan, the baseball player, for years.
I didn't know there was a
You know,
baseball player. Brendan
He
Ryan.
played for the Yankees for a little bit. He was never
Oh, okay.
great, but I was always like,
battle with
I need to get more famous than Brendan Ryan,
That's your goal.
the Yankee.
Number
Yeah.
one search. Number one in the
It's-
search.
Yeah, because if I look up my name, he comes up,
Yeah.
and I want me to come up.
Sure, of course you do.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good goal to have. Yeah.
Yeah, that's my only goal is to beat the Brendan Ryan baseball player. By the way,
I don't have anybody with my name.
no, you have a very unique name.
Yeah.
I'm 2 first names. You're 2 first names as well. You know, Brooke could be a name for
Yeah.
a person.
We did an episode on this already. We're circling back.
Oh yeah.
My first thread was I'm just happy to have my very basic name at on another social media platform.
Mm.
Yeah.
But now is this? So I just downloaded it and set up my account.
I
but-
know
While he's podcasting.
I know. While he's doing, he can't even.
Well, because I didn't hear about this. But
I can't
So
believe
is
he
this
didn't.
just gonna? Are they like attacking, going
they're trying
after
to
Twitter?
they're trying to take over Twitter, and everybody Twitter had like a falling out because a lot of people don't like Elon Musk. They don't like what he's doing with it. So I think Mark Zuckerberg saw an opportunity to become.
I
a
always
new-
forget that he's on Instagram. That Instagram, Facebook, and this.
yeah.
See, I hate fucking Zuckerberg, but I'm all about whatever's easier and better of a setup. So,
So I was
I'll
wondering-
fuck with this. But I used to be on Twitter a lot. When I first started working with Sherwin Williams, my boss was big on Twitter, got me in it. And then there was I had a bunch of friends who I was constantly on it. I thought Twitter was great for news.
That's what I
Shit
use.
pops so much quicker.
He wasn't
Yeah.
listening when I was.
No,
saying
no,
that,
I
but-
did. I heard you say that. That's what I'm saying, though. That's what it was. That's the only thing that I wasn't a big
It was great for that.
like. I want to hear what someone has to think.
Here's
I
the
was-
thing, though, about you. I mean, you have these insane thoughts that just you spew out like crazy stuff that mean nothing to most people. But I think it would be interesting just to hear your little thoughts on one of these apps.
Well, maybe I'll start with this. I'll start fresh with this.
I think he would be better, like on Twitter and Thread than we are.
Yeah.
Yeah, just because he's wacky.
Yeah.
You
And
know?
he doesn't have this like when you start performing, you have this like you have a standard that you gotta set. But
Yeah,
when you,
yeah.
if you can just spew yourself,
He's
and be
got
like,
no
I-
standards.
Like yeah, but it's
I was
not,
gonna
it's,
say, you just telling me I got no
no,
standards.
but it's like you
he's
don't
wearing
have
7 different patterns right now.
you don't have to answer so much for what you would post on.
well, that
on
is
Twitter.
true. I don't have to worry about not getting booked
Yeah.
or any really
Right.
consequences.
You don't have to worry about anything. Yeah.
Because my job, like even the company I work for now is I don't think they even check that shit.
I think you're
companies
kinda,
do. Companies do now. Some
No, I
companies
know a
do.
lot too. Sherwin-Williams yelled at me for using just their logo as my fantasy team. It wasn't even anything. I just worked there. It was a joke. I used the logo.
What's the what's
Sherwin-Williams Paints.
The paint?
Yeah.
Do you work
Yeah.
there now?
I used to. I worked there for like 5
Yeah,
years.
I was saying you do beverages now, right?
That's the place that I got it taken out of the store in cuffs.
Yeah.
That's how I lost that job.
I don't know this.
They got angry with him because of his fantasy football team, but they got really angry when he was stealing money. They're like, if you could have just stuck with the fantasy football logo. You all right?
Yeah, I'm good. You made me laugh.
That's so
Allegedly.
No, it is
funny.
allegedly.
Stolen.
Yeah.
It was an interesting time in my life. I've went over the story numerous times on this podcast,
Yeah,
so I
I
don't want to
assume so.
delve
I didn't
into
want-
it.
I was gonna
but
ask
I
that
will
also.
tell you all about it.
Okay, I did. I had a job where I took a little something off the top. from
Oh
my
yeah,
job.
no,
my
I
first
listen.
job.
You know, I allegedly took a lot off the top, and you know, it was.
Did it end with you in cuffs?
No, it didn't. I quit.
I got
walked
taken
away
out of
from
my
it, yeah.
store though. It literally while I was working, they showed up. I got taken out in cuffs, and they had me in front of my store for like an hour. Customers are walking in, and you see, the manager of the store in cuffs.
Yeah, he was
yelling
the
at-
manager.
Yeah, it's not a fantasy football picture. Can you believe this? Trying to make believe it's not as bad.
You
as
should
it
have done that. You
Yeah.
should have said
I
that.
should have just. I was actually been working in that area. Whenever I'm over there, I still know some of the people because I was there for a few years, so I still know like the guy at the smoke shop right around the block. I was
Of course
there.
you do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
is. Yeah, that guy.
I have very good relationships with
People
All the
numerous
smoke
smoke,
shop- all the
shops,
smoke shops.
all over Long Island.
I know what a smoke chops in
they hear that voice coming. They're like, a customer.
Oh man.
It's true though. I'm good with smoke shop guys. They like me. I like them, and it's a good match.
Match made.
If I'm
in
really ever desperate, I'll just work at a smoke shop. And get
I'm
paid,
surprised
whatever
you
it is.
haven't.
I've
Yeah.
thought about it. Like, if they made, I gotta get in with a family that has a bunch where I can make like good bank, and then I would have no problem sitting in. Those jobs are the best. They're just sitting there and they're fucking selling, smoking.
Yeah, I mean, I
That
couldn't do
sounds
that.
awful. You just sit there and
put a TV on. It would be ideal for me. And sitting in the AC store,
Yeah, man.
you know, like, and you're
being
never. My only issue is they need a weekend guy. I like my weekends off. But I guess if I'm just hanging out, I don't really mind it.
Just have people come to you.
Yeah,
My
no.
buddy used to work at a Getty gas station like when we were young, like teenagers, and we always used to hang out at the gas
Yeah,
station.
right. That's it.
Yeah, he's like, "Oh, you working? Yeah, we'll come hang out." Just be
When you're younger, that's
a
it. We used-
lobby. Be after hours, we'd just be all in the lobby hanging out. We'd take turns pumping people's gas.
Get out of here,
Yeah,
really?
Oh, you
That's
didn't
fun.
work there,
I'll
you
get this
just-
one. Yeah, I was like, I got it. Yeah, I'll do it.
that's funny.
Yeah, he's
That's
dead now.
great.
That's great.
Before phones, like cell phones, we used to, all my friends, we would meet up at the produce warehouse, the shopping mart, the grocery store that used to be produce market. And we used to meet in that parking lot every day at 7 o'clock.
7 at night.
7 at night. And we would go there, and it was like, you didn't have to call anybody, your friend. It was like old school. You just meet there. Whoever was there by 7:30, we'd be out rummaging for the night on our bikes. But like,
Yeah.
we would always meet at some
Where was the
fucking
produce? Where was this?
it was produce warehouse or whatever it was called.
What is it now?
Now it's Lidl. CVS.
Oh, CVS.
that-
Yeah.
But we
They're
would
all
just
Lidl.
run amok in all the smoke shops, like all the gas stations there. We're just hanging out forever.
They're all Lidl now.
And my buddy worked at produce.
Nice. Well, I've been having some weird things happen to me.
Yeah, can you
Is that
explain
right?
what happened on the way here? Because I don't even know. He wouldn't tell me.
Okay,
He actually, I wouldn't tell him. I'm like, I'll talk about it on the
yeah,
podcast.
talk about it in a minute. Yeah,
But if you were driving with him and you would have saw his, you would have been like, "What the fuck was that?"
Well, here's the thing. I know Chick at this point, so if I say something ahead of time, he's gonna check out. It's not that interesting, but I'm trying to figure out what's going on.
Okay.
Throughout the last 2 weeks, there's two things. The first thing is this. Throughout the last 2 weeks, I have seen, I don't know, I'm not going to say hundreds, but a lot of Ohio license plates.
I didn't know where he was going either.
That was not expecting
Neither was
that.
I.
Okay.
Ohio,
Okay.
what does it mean?
It means that once you notice something, you start to notice it more and more.
I've never seen that many Ohio license
Yeah, I mean, I saw one yesterday, but I happened to know the person who was driving the car.
Was
with
it
the
in Ohio?
license plate. Yeah.
What is going? So something's happening.
No, he was just saying he knows the person. That's why.
But how many people from Ohio?
Ohio's not that far.
Where are you seeing?
All over the place. I saw one on the way here. This is not it's not New Jersey. It's not Connecticut.
So did recently Ohio have some type of tax cuts on new cars where people buy their car and you have to register it
and
in
they
Ohio?
haven't registered yet.
And then you have to register
But yeah,
your
but
car
you have
in
like
Ohio.
a period where you registered in Ohio and
Yeah.
you're not registered in New York.
Yeah.
There used to be a lot of Maryland plates.
So
Was bigger
maybe,
car insurance.
Maybe Ohio's trying to
so
like
maybe it's something like that.
it's just people going
It's
to Ohio to buy
freaking
cars.
me out, and it's making me. So I'm supposed to be in Ohio in August,
It's making you not want to go to Ohio.
and it's making me think either I need to be in Ohio or I should stay away.
Uh-huh.
Like I'm thinking that I'm getting signs.
Don't you
from
have enough
above.
to worry about?
Well, I think yes.
I think you have enough to worry about that this is nothing.
Well, and here comes my second thing that I keep seeing.
Yeah.
I keep seeing these stickers all over the place. Very convenient, right in front of me, right next to me. It's almost like it's showing itself to me. I'm seeing.
Says exit.
No.
I'm seeing these stickers everywhere. Say exit.
Now here's the thing. I looked up two different meanings of this. It's a sticker that says 343. Do you know what that means?
No.
I almost
143 was always on.
I love you.
Yeah.
So
You love you?
no, it's not that. 343. When I first looked it up, it said a 9/11. It had something to do with 9/11.
Okay.
Was that
Okay.
the number of firemen who died?
No, something to do with.
No, just because I remember the number was in the 300s, I thought of firemen. That's why I wasn't sure if maybe
It's
that
possible.
Of just
it's
firemen.
very
Was, yeah,
possible.
just firemen.
It's very possible. The other thing I keep seeing is 343 means guardian angel.
Okay.
Do I have a guardian angel?
From
No, but
Ohio?
A lot of people are riding around. They want it. Like you see these on cars.
I'm telling you, in the last 2 weeks, I haven't seen.
Yeah, but because you started noticing them, so noticing
I
more.
get that. I get
Did you
that
ever
theory.
go? You ever go car shopping and like you
Yes.
are looking up one car,
Yep.
and then next thing you know on the road, that's the only car you keep seeing that
100%.
car, and you're like, how many?
You're right.
So it's confirmation bias or something is it's
Something's weird though. All right. I get the car thing. Okay, if I'm looking for a Volvo, I'm gonna
That-
see what.
No, I'm saying the car thing. Like
And I've experienced that
Yeah.
before.
Uh-huh.
That's all you had to add.
no, I wasn't. You cut me off. No, you cut me off, so I didn't want to. Like I wasn't just going to regurgitate what you said. But yeah, that's what I was going to say. Was what
Okay.
he was saying. Like I agree with that.
I'm telling you, they're in the weirdest places.
Yeah.
They end up right in my lane. Why am I seeing Ohio plates and 343?
Yeah. I don't have an answer for you. But
I know you guys wouldn't
I
have an
would
answer.
I would embrace Ohio. It seems inviting.
So you
to
think
me.
it's a good thing?
I think it sounds like a good thing to me. I think Ohio is going to be a great trip for you. Yeah.
If I drop dead in Ohio, now that you're the producer, you can't cut this out of a future podcast.
No, this is gold. We could say he predicted his death.
Yeah, but I'm going to look like an idiot because I was like, oh, it's probably
Yeah.
a good thing. And then
No,
he
because I
dies.
agree with you though. I think it's probably like Ohio's going to be good, or it's going to be your doom. But no, I agree that it's going to be good. I don't think it's going to be bad.
Can you guys at least agree that I get that there's if you see one thing, but the amount of Ohio plates I'm seeing around is bizarre.
100. When you said I've seen hundreds, I thought of doctors was coming next, or
No.
yeah,
No. By the way, cancer's going great.
outstanding, great,
Everything's shrinking.
outstanding.
including your balls.
I showed Chick today. Yeah.
It is. It looks much better. It doesn't look
The
good.
physical part of it, like not
physical-
just the tests, like things are
The
like
cancer, the head cancer is shrinking.
And everybody knows how much I like to say how gross it is. And it was
that's great.
it was significantly better than what it was. Still gross, but not anywhere near what it was.
Yeah. But I've only had 3 pretzel stick in the last 24 hours, so
He's got to remember to eat. He went 24 hours
can't
without
eat.
eating.
You can't eat.
I'm not hungry.
You're not hungry,
Not
so you have to
hungry.
remind yourself to eat.
Yeah.
And you went with pretzel sticks or pretzel stick, as you call it.
Sticks. I've been doing these Howls. You know Howls, the company
Yeah,
Howls?
they make great chips.
Yeah, well they make these cinnamon pretzels.
I've seen those. Those are good.
They're fantastic. They're not too cinnamony.
I love cinnamon.
Oh,
though.
heaven
I
forbid.
do too, but it's like a hint of cinnamon.
I like a churro that when I'm done with it, my hands have like doused with cinnamon.
Yeah,
powder
I
over.
get it.
Yeah,
You a cinnamon guy?
yeah, who doesn't like cinnamon? I don't go out of my way to buy, like I wouldn't pick a cinnamon pretzel over a salted pretzel. I got
Get out of here.
no.
You go to
it's-
Auntie Anne's, you're getting the buttered pretzel, like the regular pretzel.
Yeah, salted.
I
go to
think you're
Auntie-
missing out.
I was in the mall the other day for work, and I saw the Auntie Anne's, and I'm like, I am never in a mall. I'm never like, I'm getting it. And I didn't even think of anything other than the cinnamon pretzels from
Yeah,
there.
The
yeah, an
Auntie Anne's cinnamon pretzel is, it's unbelievable. It's a little piece of heaven.
Okay, I'll give it a shot. I do like, I like cinnamon things.
Have you never had
if
it?
I'm in the mall and I got cinnamon on the mind, I'm going to Cinnabon.
Oh, Cinnabon.
See, go.
Cinnabon could, to me, it could be too much.
I
Well, it's
took
also
the
hard to
words
eat.
right out of my mouth.
I have to get a knife and fork if I'm going to get cinnamon.
That's
It's
the
a
other
lot.
thing. It's
And
like a big
I
meal.
got to cut
almost.
the whole thing.
I
up.
unravel it. I unravel
yeah,
it.
you eat it by
yeah.
slice.
I like
But
doing
that core.
eating the core
You
last.
get to that core.
Oh, yeah.
You eat the core, you pop the core in.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'll try.
I
I'll
love the
try
cinnamon
a
bun. And just to me, if I'm walking around the mall,
I'll
I
try
can't
it.
eat a cinnamon bun.
I'm not
I'm
about
going to
trying
pop in those little
I
cinnamon nuts, the cinnamon pretzel nugs.
have you ever got a taste for something you've never even had before? Have you ever had a thought like, I want to have this? So okay, I mean, I was delivering to a place next door to Lidl the other day, and I saw a woman walking out, and all she was holding was a box of, I think it's Little Debbie's oatmeal cream stuffed cookies.
Uh huh.
Have you ever seen these?
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking
Have you
about.
ever seen these?
Yeah, they're like the old school 50s snack. The little,
just
like, two
oatmeal
little
cookies
things and then
like
a
a cream in
vanilla.
the middle.
Yeah.
And I saw them, never had them in my life, and I go, those look so good. I need to have those. This was a few weeks ago, and I'm like, I can't. I'm dieting now, so I'm like, I'm not going to entertain
right.
that. But then, so today it got me. So I was walking through King Kong. I got a salad for dinner. I got some protein at the deli, and I just walked past this, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna buy this. But I bought like a pack of like I don't know. I've been looking for just one, so I can try just
You
one.
can't. Those are like, you got to buy a bulk.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
then
you buy
I bought a pack of them. I'm like, why did I buy these? Why I never had these before. I
Did
want
you
to
like
introduce. I did like it, not enough. Like I was like, oh, these are really good, and I could see myself having more of them for sure.
All right.
Yeah.
See, I don't, those cakes, there's a lot of things to me that I'm like, oh, that looks so good or it smells so good.
Yeah.
And then you eat it and I'm like,
You're disappointed.
very
Yeah.
disappointed.
I have something that happened to me very similar to that. I was driving, and I saw a truck
It's always so serious.
that said "Tasty Cakes." Do you
Yeah.
know Tasty Cakes?
Yeah, from Philly, right?
They're from
they're-
Philadelphia.
What are
Yeah.
they, though?
They're like a chocolate type of snack.
They're trying to enter the hostess world.
They're-
They're
yeah,
trying to. They're
Like
trying
the mini cake things?
Yeah.
They're in the world of Hostess.
Yeah.
I saw this truck. I kid you not. I followed it to a supermarket. It was in Glen Cove, Long Island. Followed
you
it
went
to a
out of your way.
supermarket
Yeah.
because this is years ago. I had never seen Tasty Cakes. I'd never
Yeah, 'cause
seen
now
it,
they're
'cause it was
pretty common.
They're,
Now they're
they're
pretty
more
common.
common now.
Yeah.
They were a Philadelphia brand, and I followed this damn truck into the supermarket, and I got the Tasty Cakes. Oh, and they were fantastic.
Oh, they were.
They had like a peanut butter cookie. Tasty cake.
Yeah, you do like your peanut butter.
Tasty cake.
So I think I got like the butterscotch cake one they had.
See, I would do
And then
it.
they had a
Butterscotch would never-
chocolate ganache.
When
one
I think of
they have.
butterscotch, I think of those
Chocolate
little
ganache.
the Werther butterscotch things that my grandmother used to have at her house in Red Hook that we used to get.
But
like,
butterscotch is so good though.
I love those
caramel
things.
Butterscotch.
I think
But I would
Werther's
ne-
originals are fantastic.
I don't like
Highly underrated.
I love those. I don't like butterscotch anything else. Like I don't want like a butterscotch flavored anything.
You
other
got
than
butterscotch
those.
pudding.
No, I'm not a big pudding guy.
Okay. No, I'm not either.
No, yeah, I am weird with my desserts. I'm like a chips and nachos type. I'm not a big cake guy.
That's not dessert. So
Yeah.
you like appetizers more than desserts.
What do you eat?
Nobody
Chips
has-
and-
Well, like
ever
Doritos
said-
and stuff,
Yeah.
like that type. It's like salty is more my snack of choice.
That's like a lunch dessert. So in my mind, every meal has a dessert. Breakfast gets dessert. Lunch
Chips
gets
is
desserts.
a good lunch dessert. I know what you're saying.
So
like chips
lunch
and a
is
sandwich.
kind of like a lunch is chips are kind of like the lunch is dessert. Yeah, but I still here's the thing though, it's always sweet though because I'll get a sandwich, chips, and then I'll still need something sweet at the end of that.
I used to like one little piece of chocolate after like a Oreo or just like one little sweet thing
Yeah.
after I eat sometimes.
Not a huge sweet guy, but look, can I ask you a question about this? I keep saying guy, and it's like
It's
It's fine.
fine.
We're
That's
leaning
just
into
part
it.
of
my
It doesn't.
vernacular.
We're leaning into it. I don't care.
Yeah, it is what it is, bro.
It's yeah. That's
Are
what I
you-
say the same thing too.
what do you say?
I'm guy. I'm a this guy. I'm a that guy. Yeah.
Are you a guy?
Doesn't matter. We'll change the name of the
Jesus.
podcast to
We should.
the guys. The
guys.
Yeah.
Guys talking about guy things. Are you a kind of person that do you save the chips for after the meal?
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
me.
Potatoes. All potatoes come after the protein.
That's crazy to me.
Yeah.
It's crazy to
Depends.
me.
I like
Fries.
to have.
Fries at the end of the meal. I'll have a couple maybe throughout it just to mix it up, but the bulk of it is getting all saved.
I'm
towards the end.
different. I like to eat my chips while I'm eating my sandwich, but I have to be done with the chips before the last quarter of I want to finish with my sandwich.
Wait,
quarter of a
Say that
sandwich.
again. I was busy.
I try and so
with
I
your
like
cough.
jalapeno chips, and they're hot, and I usually get them with like a sandwich, like a chicken sandwich, or whatever deli sandwich I'm getting. Now the chips are so hot, I don't like to end on the chips and just have a burning hot.
So you want to cool that in your mouth with.
So
the meat.
you need the bread to,
Yeah.
to cool it
Well,
down
bread.
a little. So whenever I'm having chips, I usually make sure I finish the bag before the sandwich is done, so I can cut out the hotness in my mouth a little with the bread.
That makes sense.
That's
Yeah,
my
that makes sense
craziness.
to me. I don't go with hot chips, so it's never.
I don't either.
it's
Hot
I
chips
love
aren't
a
my
hot
thing.
jalapeno chip. I don't know
I've
what
never
it
seen him
is.
more lit up before in his life.
Yeah,
I love a hot chip.
I am not a jalapeno. Like I take jalapenos off of everything, but I love
hot chip.
jalapeno flavored chips.
I'm just gonna say this ahead of time. It's gonna be a chick pick, but I watched.
This is a perfect. We'll do one of my picks early.
Okay.
Here you go with it.
I watched the movie Flamin' Hot Cheetos. Flamin' Hot.
It's called Flamin' Hot. It's on Disney Plus.
Okay.
It's about the guy who the janitor who apparently.
Oh, you know the
invented it.
story,
I know
kind
the
of?
story. Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
yeah. I believe there's more to the story than was
Yeah,
told.
there is,
But
definitely.
anyway, I have never had a Flamin' Hot Cheeto in my life.
I mean, I
Not
don't think I
once.
have either.
Not once.
Neither have I.
either.
I don't like flaming hot. I just like a little spice.
Yeah.
Move that mic a little further closer this way, sweetie.
This way.
Yeah. Let's push it that way a little bit. This way when you're talking to me.
Oh, okay.
You can see a little more.
So I get this. The other thing about me is if I'm watching a food type movie / show, I want to be eating. How was that?
Probably something in my shower fell.
I want to be eating. I want to be eating the food of the movie.
Supersize me.
Supersize me.
Did you watch? Did
I
you eat
want to eat
McDonald's
it
while you
with
were?
fries. I want to eat it with a Big Mac. Right? Harold and Kumar go to White
Well,
Castle.
because you can start the movie eating McDonald's. You
Yeah.
don't get grossed out by McDonald's
That's
by
true.
the end of the movie.
By the end of
Yeah,
the-
yeah,
that's
yeah.
true. That's true.
I'm not a chocolate person, but Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, I need to eat chocolate. Okay. So
So no, that's been established.
so
Going
I
forward.
decide that I'm gonna do this Flamin' Hot Cheetos night.
You want an immersive experience.
Immersive. I'm gonna try it for the first time. Not only am I gonna I'm not gonna eat it ahead of time. I'm gonna wait to the point in the movie where they figure out the recipe. Right? So like the
that's
first
so
time
good.
they're tasting
Yeah, you don't want to be
it,
ahead of the game.
I'm tasting it. So I felt like I was a part of the movie.
Yeah.
You
That's
know?
brilliant.
That
That's
is
brilliant.
fantastic.
It's like
That's 4D.
that's right.
Yeah.
I was gonna say it's like 3D to the max. It's 4D.
4D. They have 4D theaters. Ever been to a 4D theater?
I've never been to a 4D.
Yeah, so like if there's like water gets splashed, like if water gets splashed, they splash water on you.
Love those.
The
I don't know
chairs,
if I
the
like
chairs
that.
rumble. I'm gonna say I like it.
They
I'm
don't
saying
go
exist.
crazy, but it does just a little bit. It just, it immerses you in it a little.
When I was
So
a kid,
in this movie, they would throw Cheetos at your face.
they would get yeah.
Flaming hot Cheetos
When I
at
was a
your face.
kid, and I'll go back to my Cheetos things real quick. When I was a kid, I saw Cats on Broadway at the Winter Garden Theater.
Did you bring a cat?
No, I saw Cats, and
Did people do that?
No, I was joking because he likes to eat whatever. Bad joke. I'm terrible. That's why I'm
Yeah,
not a comedian.
I didn't get it. No, that was a fine joke. I just went right
everybody shows to the Cats theater with cats.
that went right over my head. I apologize.
Everybody's head. So I see Cats, and one thing about the Cats, it would when the cats were running around on stage, they would have these things under the seats that would like slap at your and it scared the
Really?
shit. Yeah,
I didn't know they did that.
It was immersive, and it scared the shit out of me.
Yeah, it's 4D.
Yeah. So, but anyway, yeah. So I tried these flaming hot Cheetos, and didn't love them. Didn't love
Yeah,
them.
right.
And I think it soured the movie for me.
Really?
Yeah, honestly, because I thought the movie was okay, but like the chips, I was like, they're not that
So
great.
it's like you ever watch a movie where there's a band involved, and the band supposedly is this great band, and they make great music, but the music that they have to write music for the band in the movie, but the music isn't that great.
It's awful.
So it's like that thing you do is different because that song was pretty good. That was like a good pop song they wrote.
And that was fitting for what timepiece that it was.
But there's movies like that.
But I know exactly. Yeah,
the
no, I
music isn't
agree.
good. So now you're supposed to believe, or it happens a lot with comedy. Like if you have something based around
And
a
they're doing
comic,
jokes or stand up.
and they're
Yeah.
telling jokes, but that's not. He's supposed to be a huge famous comic who everyone thinks is funny, but they haven't written good jokes for them. So this product that they're trying to sell you is not great.
Because what kind of comic or writer is going to give away like great
The good
jokes?
stuff.
Like,
But-
it's a tough
Yeah.
line.
According to the movie, those chips were really designed for a specific market.
The Mexican market.
Because they like really hot shit. And
But they're huge. Like they're more
they're
popular
huge.
than,
Listen,
than
I know
the original.
people who love.
Yeah, they're the biggest things out there.
there was when all was said and done, it was $1 billion product. After I actually see he didn't love the movie. I thought the movie it was like a feel good
It was
movie.
a chick's pick.
It was a chick's pick.
Yeah.
I thoroughly enjoyed it. I thought it was very funny. I thought it was well done. I liked the guy who played the main character, Richard. Was it Montanez?
Montanez, yeah. I didn't.
And the story was cool, and I didn't know
listen,
anything about it.
I liked the story. I had no idea, but I did hear that it's not really.
They never. are.
Nothing's ever really. They always
I
dramatize.
think there's a
it.
lot that they took
In the movie, they basically the guy and his family made the chip, and they tried all this whatever, and apparently the chip was still different than what they did, but they said it was close enough.
Yeah.
The family actually helped make it. Like
So
they
this
made
guy
it.
was a janitor. According to the movie, their warehouse was going up. They were probably about to go down because the business overall wasn't doing well. He saw this video that the CEO made for the employees, like think like the CEO, and he apparently took it serious and basically started to come up with his own chip and trying to pitch it.
So you
and his
pitched it, but did he actually make it?
So him and his him and his wife and his kids made the actual chips.
Yeah.
And then they brought it in, they taste tested it, and then he pitched the CEO.
So the story that I heard was he just said like, "Hey, you guys should try hot Fritos."
That's probably.
And that was
what
the
it
end
is.
of it.
Yeah.
Like he just like, "Oh, you
Oh,
should do hot-"
really?
That he just like in passion said, "Oh, you guys should do hot Fritos, like flaming, like really
Yeah.
hot."
This
Fritos.
one, then he met with the CEO a couple
Yeah.
times,
So,
and it was like
listen, I don't know. What do I know?
But after the movie, it shows that this guy became. I doubt in passing he said that, and then they gave him a marketing job, and then he became one of the. I feel like the guy had to be a little
Yeah,
more
but
involved.
also if Frito Lay, this
It's
guy's
PepsiCo and Frito-Lay.
what's that?
It's PepsiCo and Frito-Lay.
Right. But okay. So
It's a huge company.
if PepsiCo Frito Lay, they got this idea from this guy, even in passing, and then it becomes the biggest. They have to
Get
No, they
something
don't.
for the guy.
give him something.
No, they don't have to.
A lot of those big companies would be like, "Fuck you." That's why I think the
Yeah,
guy.
I guess
don't
so.
listen. I don't know how true
You're
it
right.
was, but I feel like the guy had to have been involved just because of what they did to him after.
right. But if you're going under, and what's it cost to give this guy a job in a market? It's not like they didn't give him like a quarter of
Right,
the company.
right,
Like,
right.
you go, oh,
That's fair
we'll give
enough.
you a different job. See if you can prove yourself.
I
If
also
not,
don't believe how they
if not,
got it to market.
you're back on the map.
That whole thing has to be fake.
So remind
So
me.
it wasn't selling because they had no marketing campaigns in the beginning when they first dropped the chip. This one apparently a lot of the other big wigs didn't want it to work because like, who the fuck is this janitor? Makes them all look bad, but it wasn't selling. They didn't have any ads for it. So him and his friends, basically they went to the warehouse and they marketed it out of their warehouse alone and they distributed it themselves. Is basically what it shows. Seems very far-fetched if you know anything about like this stuff has to get counted and like you don't just take it off out of the warehouse and just sell it on your own. Like that's not usually how that shit works. I could be completely wrong.
You're in the business, kind of. Right?
What?
You're kind of in the business.
Yeah, but I mean I know they used to like sell the Red Bull and take it off the truck, but it's still all inventory. Like that didn't seem like I mean I know it's a movie, but it just didn't seem like that was a feasible way to get it out
A
there.
movie. Yeah.
It's interesting though. It's worth a watch. I would say.
I mean, that's the new trend in movies. Just you take a product and a movie about how the product came to market. There's BlackBerry now. There's
BlackBerry
the
was
Nike
much
one,
better.
the Nike one.
I
this
didn't
one.
see
I mean, it's like
BlackBerry yet.
there's a Beanie Baby one that's coming out.
That
about how
one,
the Beanie
yeah.
Baby one's.
And
Zach
they're doing,
Galifianakis on that too.
Yeah,
I think Zach
exactly.
Galifianakis will be good.
Yeah.
There's another one about what the fuck was it? It's on Amazon right now. I was gonna do it. I was gonna do it.
There's
I
a
was gonna
dog
watch it.
here, okay?
Yeah,
With
yeah.
one eye.
Oh,
And 2
pinball.
ears.
The man who saved like pinball. It was about the pinball machine.
Oh.
I don't know anything. I haven't watched it yet. It looks good, but that's like another thing about a
I
story
never
about
understood the love for the pinball machine.
And it's still love for pinball.
It's big
pinball
time.
machines. Like a huge like collectors. Like people
Yeah.
buy the pinball. Like it's a big collectors thing, especially all the specialty ones they have.
Yeah. No, I never got.
I
into
love
it.
pinball. I'm
used
not
to-
like I don't get the. Like,
you know what? I when
Tell
I
me you don't see a machine, you don't have fucking fun with pinball, whipping that thing around there.
if I'm in a position to play pinball, I like
You're gonna
I'm-
play it.
I'll do it, and I do like it more than the other ones. But it seems like there's like an obsession with it.
Well,
I'll
With
take
certain
Pac-Man over pinball any day. of the
I'm
week.
a huge Pac-Man guy.
Yeah.
Love Pac-Man.
So
I
when I,
haven't
when I was
played
a kid, I
Pac-Man.
used to play a lot of Pac-Man on like Sega, and then but Sonic had a pinball like a game.
When they you shoot Sonic, yeah.
Yeah, and I used to play that a lot. Yeah,
I
So it was like-
whatever I was very good at. I love Sonic. I was a huge Sonic fan.
Yeah.
Haven't really been into the movie or anything. I don't have kids, so I haven't really been.
it's
But I
like
heard
two
the
different
movie was
things,
actually
yeah.
pretty good. I mean, it's Jim Carrey.
yeah,
I can't.
but
I get it. It's like you take
I'm
that
not
with a
about
grain
to,
of
I'm not
salt.
about to go see the movie because I
The
liked it when I
video
was a
game
kid.
movies I don't care for.
No.
But like Sonic was. I was
I was a huge. I
a
love
Sonic
the
guy.
original
I have
Sonic.
like I have on my computer. I have a Nintendo and a Sega emulator, so I can play all the games on my computer.
Sonic,
Like,
the one you go to.
So sometimes, yeah, I'll do. There was a game for Nintendo I liked a lot called Solomon's Key, and I've never known anybody who's ever.
I know the game.
Played
I
this
don't.
game
I never
before.
really played it, but I know. I've seen that.
it's like a puzzle type of game,
Yeah.
whatever. So I'll play that.
you would like that shit.
Yeah, you're a real.
No, he just
puzzle
reminds.
guy.
No, he reminds me as like a thinker. Like he want like that game is like a
yeah,
puzzle
typically,
game.
typically I don't actually like those games.
Oh, all right.
I
I just
pretty,
you
yeah.
strike me as someone who
I
likes
don't
Sudoku
really, I don't
and
really
shit.
play video games.
You like
but,
Sudoku,
No, I
huh?
don't like Sudoku.
Oh, all
I don't
right.
like crossword puzzles. I don't like.
See, that's
anything
what's.
that tests
You
my-
just look like a guy who likes
No,
brain
man, I don't-
teasers.
I don't. I actually hate those because I just always feel dumb doing those.
I hate the word brain teasers.
I mean, it's exactly
This is
what
like
they are.
you bet to
Yeah.
break bricks and lay on them. And you kill dragons and spit fireballs.
Oh, it's
like,
that. I didn't know it was all. I thought it was
it's that,
really like.
but you have to like build.
It's like Tetris almost, but not.
No, it's like it's a board. It's like a square board. You have to figure out how to get a key, and then you have to open the door. Then you have to get to the door. But it's all like you have to like figure out how to maneuver around the bed. You know, the floating eyeballs that are going to get you, and the people dragons spitting fire. It's a It's a Nintendo game.
Yeah.
So, but I play it for 15 minutes, and then the nostalgia is is fulfilled, and then I'm like,
that's it?
okay, I get it.
Yeah.
That's my extent of video game playing. Is I don't have any.
Wait, and this is on the computer? You
Yeah, I
play
have
this?
like a joystick. I once every 6-7 months, I'm like,
Right.
let me play this for 15 minutes.
Every
And then I'm
once in a
like, okay,
while, I
it.
get like, I'm like, I should get into video games, and then like, it never lasts. I
Why?
just,
But why?
it's just,
For what?
I know, It's
To not be fuckable?
I know.
Like, you know,
it's not
You know
my
what
thing.
you get
and I
that
never-
stuff in? Once you're married and you have like a man cave, you can get cool little things like
I
that.
would
'cause, like,
kill
a cave-
myself before I got a man cave.
Yeah, I don't.
But I
like
don't even
that at
mean
all.
like a man. Like, yeah, I can call it a man cave, but like to me, I would love to have a game
This
room.
is my man cave. This
Yeah.
is
Like my buddy has like a game room almost, but it's got like his pool table. He's got
fun.
sky
Yeah, if you have,
golf
like, a
or
little
whatever.
bar.
You know, the golf
the
thing.
golf. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
So I saw this website that has all arcade games. My ideal, like if I had a house and I had room for it, I would have one room that's like a mini arcade. I love
It's
arcade
fun.
games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you had the room for it. Like they sell now those little ones that like Best Buy you can get.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
Like,
tabletop
they're like
ones.
Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, the
Like, I used to go
tabletops.
to the arcade and play Mortal Kombat.
You could get the bigger ones, and they're not crazy. It's like $500, $600 for a machine. Yeah, it's
Makes sense. I mean,
expensive.
it's just a screen, but then the whole board. It's not like this. It's not like it's filled with equipment in that board.
Oh, no, it's
the
all-
board is just hollow.
it's just a,
because
it's a hollow standing board, so
Yeah.
you could stand up and play. There's nothing to it.
So I used to go to the arcade, a couple arcades around my house. I printed up all of the moves for the people, every character in Mortal Kombat, in like a baseball card size
Yeah.
note. I wrote all of them. I wrote what the move was, and I wrote how to do them. And then I put them in like a laminated baseball card holder, and I kept them all in my pocket. And then I would pick my player, and I'd pull out their card, and I'd slap it on the table. Then I'd be able to like reference all their moves until I could like
Kick the
memorize.
shit out of everybody.
Yeah, no, I wasn't very good.
Oh, really? Some
I-
people know that
I-
shit and like it's like crazy.
Well, some guys would always just like they would just kick you and punch you, and I always wanted to get the moves off. I always liked the moves, doing the moves better. You
Yeah.
know, the throwing the fire and kicking across the thing,
Yeah.
or popping up behind them.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
punching
yeah.
them.
My
Like,
one
I
buddy
was-
was filthy in those games. Like you couldn't even beat him. It was fucking knew every
Yeah, it's
move and
annoying.
everybody, but he was fluent with them. Like it wasn't like
He was fluent.
trying to just get them off.
Fluent
Like
in Mortal Kombat.
he was spinning like he knew he was getting it off and
Yeah,
just
yeah.
destroy
Yeah.
you.
Why don't you try being fluent in cunnilingus rather than Mortal Kombat?
But my other
God.
buddy could rig them where what I want to do is just get one of those, and then you could rig it where you have the shell and that, and it's rigged so you have every Nintendo, Genesis, like
That-
all it is a
yeah.
computer chip.
Yeah, it's an emulator. I can
Yeah.
I can just put my computer on a screen and then play it from there. Just,
Yeah.
you know.
That's why I want it just for the old look, like the
Yeah,
just to
yeah.
have the stand up thing. But I'm not a new guy who wants to play all these cool, crazy games.
Yeah, I
like
have no
I'm not
patience
good
for
at
that.
them. I'm not.
I'm sure they're fun, and
Yeah.
but I
Yeah.
just
They're confusing. There's
yeah,
like
I'm not-
stories to it. I want Mario Brothers. I want like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, simple and like dumb
Yeah, but
games.
I'm telling you, I think if you stop playing it 20 minutes into it, you'd be like, oh, it was fun. I get it.
Not Mario Bros. I've played it recently, like not two, and I could say I could play that for two. Like if I'm getting high, I could play that shit for 3 hours.
I haven't
Probably.
played. I never beat Mario Brothers. By the way, yeah, I don't think I've ever beaten a game. I got to the Super Bowl Madden once, but I lost. So like
Close.
I don't. By the way, do you guys remember Game Genie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I ever used because it
So
would
you
like
beat a game with games.
yeah, I'm like, oh, I could beat it, but I never even beat a game. It's just like, oh, it gave me.
Game
Some
Genie
kinda-
was the book that had all the cheats.
No,
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 you,
it was
put the
gold.
cartridge. You put the cartridge in the Game Genie, then the dongle thing in the console, and then it gave you like all the cheats. Gave you extra
Oh,
guys.
that's right.
You could
Game-
jump.
oh,
you could
wow,
jump levels.
I remember that.
Yeah.
I
How
do
did that?
remember that?
How did that work?
Doesn't
I
even
don't
make
know.
sense.
No, I mean none of this stuff makes sense. I don't know how any of this stuff works.
No, I know it's
Like
crazy.
I, don't,
to me.
Yeah.
I use a camera constantly. I have no idea how it works.
Right.
I don't like
Did you watch BlackBerry yet?
BlackBerry. No. I
Okay,
don't watch
because
BlackBerry.
that's kind of like techie too. Like I don't understand how these people know how this shit works and how they can like like. I just don't get it.
You
It's
just
all,
have to accept it. My biggest thing
Yeah.
in science was always like I would get caught up with. It would be like, all right, now you light this and this. You know, these two chemicals interacted and this happens. And I'm like, but why does that happen?
Why?
Why when those two chemicals come together, that doesn't make an explosion? And I go, it just does. You just have to accept. You just have to accept that it does, and then move on. I wasn't good at science because I got caught up being like, I don't know. I can't get around.
It's
why
like
that
too
happens.
much and your head explodes.
Yeah, I
This
don't know
is
why
how
it
I'm
happens.
feeling with the Ohio license plates. It's like you just have to accept it. It's
Yeah.
like this is happening.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Yeah, I feel you.
But I feel like whenever you buy a car, you start seeing your car everywhere, like he was saying before. No, I'm
Yes.
not.
Okay.
I know. but I'm saying like
Yeah,
that
okay.
to me. You're blind. Your mind
Yeah.
like boggled by this thing that it's not.
So it happens a lot with songs. If you're singing the
Yeah,
song,
it's
oh, we're
like
just singing that
anything.
song. It's
Yeah,
like,
this
yeah,
is different.
maybe you were just singing that song because you just heard that song because it's like
because it's always
it was in a TV show and now it's being
Yeah.
popular again. and-
Different. It's different. How was you guys 4th of July, by the way? Did you guys do anything?
Good. Yeah.
Mine was good. My house got egged.
Yeah, you
Really?
texted me this. What happened?
So I'm always in my backyard hanging. We know this.
Yeah.
The one night that I would like this to happen, like where I could see where it came from, I was out with my buddies. I just got home, and my parents are out in the backyard like, oh, we just heard this huge bang. It scared the shit out of us. Our house got egged. No, I think it was some little idiots from Merritt Park probably just launching some eggs.
Now you live in a court.
So you were like, not friendly fire, but you were what do they call that when it's?
I think they were just throwing it out of the park, hoping to hit a house, and they hit one
Are you're close enough to the park? where you-
easily.
Okay.
Yeah,
Easily.
'Cause he
innocent
lives in a
bystander, like
court.
casualty
I live in a
of-
court, but behind me is a
Oh,
park.
it's behind you. I got you.
Yeah, and the
So the
like,
back of your house was getting eggs?
yeah, it was the back
Oh, that-
side of my
yeah.
house that got. It was either my neighbor right next to us who
Yeah.
just threw the eggs at our house, which doesn't make sense,
Okay.
or it came from Merritt Park, which
That's
is
what happened,
probably the likely thing. So my mother can't get it through her head. Like, why would somebody do this? I go, Ma, you have no idea how bad we were as kids. Like, we used to destroy people's Christmas decorations, like, for no reason. We would
You were that
ring
kind of
and run
person.
people's house. Well, most of the time I was the driver. When, like, we got, like, 17, 18, I would drive around and people would destroying garbage pails, recycling pails.
Right.
Ring and running people at 3 a.m.
Payback, yeah.
So, like, I didn't get annoyed by it. One, you know, like, it was
Got
an
a
easy clean,
got a
nothing
vinyl
broke.
siding on that house?
Yeah,
or-
it was just, it broke, it cracked. It's, you know.
Oh, it cracked the siding.
No, the egg crack. I'm saying it
So
wasn't.
nobody thought that it hit the house and just fell, and it was a perfectly fine egg.
Yeah. My mother goes, maybe it was a bird
Was
that
it hard
dropped
boiled?
eggs.
Was it hard boiled, the egg?
I wish it was.
Yeah.
Your
we
mom
don't know.
thought it was a bird that was
I
dropping.
go, Mom, birds aren't dropping their babies. Just clanks.
Yeah.
Birds drop them and,
And that-
slam them against
That's what I
aluminum
said.
siding.
And they're not whizzing it at the
Yeah,
house.
and they're not chickens. They're not
Well, that's
chickens.
what I also told her. I said, Mom, was there yolk in it, like an egg, like you at the store?
Yeah.
She goes, yeah. I said, that's not a bird dropping its egg. Like, that's not how science, not how it works.
Well, I mean, but all eggs do have yolk, like,
But not like
not
it
like
was
that.
a fucking
Yeah,
yolk.
right.
Like,
Yeah.
crack it and let me scramble
You
these.
know when it's a.
Yeah. I was like, no, Mom, we got egged. Like,
Yeah.
take it. We got one that happened. Thank God it wasn't, nothing broke. It's only like 2 eggs.
Were they outside when this happened?
No, so they were in the house and they just heard the bang. So it scared the shit out of them.
Yeah.
But me, like, I just happened to walk in as my dad's sweeping up the egg and hosing it down at like 12 o'clock at night.
So it's awfully convenient. You weren't home when your egg
Yeah.
when your house got egged.
Back to
if I
Florida,
was
Mom
there,
and
though,
Dad.
Take me with you.
if I was there though, I would have. My only issue is I wish I could guarantee that I like knew it came from Merritt.
It did.
I agree.
Where else
What
would
would
it
you
come
do?
from?
I agree with you.
What are
but-
you gonna do if you?
No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't afford. Honestly, you guys win. Good for you. Like, I know better than from my days when we were young. You don't go out at a bunch of kids.
Yeah,
Nothing good is
no.
coming out of that.
So how was your night while you were out?
Oh, it was a great time. I went to my buddy's, just had a nice little barbecue at his house, had some food. His mother makes rice balls. Like, I went to his mother's like off the boat Italian, and she's a phenomenal cook, and she makes these homemade rice balls. Oh, I could have like 6 of those things.
Nice.
But yeah, had pool, a little pool action. It was a good time.
Cool.
Beautiful.
That's good. What about you? What'd you do?
I have a Ryan's recommendations based on my 4th of July. I was supposed to work, and then last minute I got a call that said, "Do you not want to work?" And I said, "I would like to not work." Yeah, although it was like time and a half all day, so I was a little bit more on the fence than that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I hung out, played some handball during the day, but I got an offer. This girl that I've been seeing texted me. She goes, "Any interest in paddleboarding tonight?" I'd never been paddleboarding before.
Paddleboarding is when you stand on the
stand on the
board, and
board,
it's
like
like
a
a
wide board.
casual. It's not like anything crazy.
Yeah, she
And
goes
at
like,
night, tonight?
so it's a sunset firework paddleboard.
That's actually
thing.
pretty cool.
Ooh, I like
So it was in East Mauritius, and
Okay.
outside of like the fireworks, I don't know if I think they offer sunset paddleboards, but what a like
It was cool.
Yeah, it's great.
That's
You're on the
a great
water
idea.
during sunset.
Do you
beautiful.
get wet during this at all?
So it depends on how good you are. I had never been before. She'd never been before, and I was like, I thought like falling in the water was just part of it.
Yeah.
I just assumed like, oh, I'm gonna fall in the water at some point, and I don't like being shirtless, so I was like wearing a shirt. I was willing to take my shirt off because I don't want to be the guy who's wearing a shirt and like
Yeah.
the guy in the water in the wet shirt.
I just take it off. To me, once you just got to get it over with. Once you're out there, and that's it.
Yeah, that's it.
You
So
gotta flaunt it.
yeah. So I'm wearing it, but it looked like other people were like just wearing like not expecting to go in the water.
Because they're that good where they
No, like it was like other guys wearing shirts, and I'm like, so I stood on the thing, and yeah, I'm balancing, and then like you still gotta like the whole time I'm kind of off balance a little bit. You don't. I never got 100%. Like I could just.
Well, that's why
walk
every time
around
I
the board.
see people, it looks so easy and like
Probably people that have been
relaxing.
doing it a while.
And I'm like, I don't see myself being that like good with it.
No, I don't see you doing.
Yeah, because you
at one
would.
point they're like, oh, and then we'll anchor down, we'll kneel down. You can sit on the board here, but like I didn't feel comfortable kneeling and then sitting and then getting back up. I'm like, that's too much
The
movement. on this little-
moving from the that's
So I was like, I stayed just on my feet for a long time because I'm like, I'm good here. Like I feel safe. I'm not gonna fall in. Like I start getting on my knees. I can't be.
And now you're on
sure.
separate boards, right? This isn't
Yeah,
dual,
separate
like two
boards,
people
yeah.
on one board, right?
Yeah.
How
We walked
far
out.
into like away from the land are
How
you?
safe is it?
Yeah, what's the
I don't know. We went out maybe. I'm terrible with distance.
How much
I'm like, I every time I try to think of distance like that, I try to put myself on a golf course because like I used to golf a lot, and I try to be like, all right, it was like a par 3, like about 100 yards out.
That
Like,
makes
it's probably-
sense to look at
It's
it
about
that way.
100 yards out. Yeah, so it's I guess maybe 300 feet out,
Okay.
maybe 400,
Football field
400
out
feet
there.
out. And then we went down the bay a little bit where like.
But you're in the bay, right? This is no ocean,
it's-
right?
No, you're all in the bay, so you can't really.
You
so then
need
we just saw that-
you need calm water for this, I'm assuming.
we were talking about that on the way back, and actually, she just sent me a video of a guy that got like run over by dolphins in the ocean on a paddleboard. Yeah, dolphins,
going like this,
dolphins
just
like swimming
crushed
like
them?
with the waves, and he was on a paddleboard just swimming like into a wave. So it was the ocean. There was dolphins there. So, and then one of the dolphins like airborne just knocked him off of his paddleboard.
Oh,
That's
so I
gotta
guess
hurt.
people do take them, and
Yeah,
I think
they
you
got,
have to
like-
get. I think you have to get through the waves, and then it calms out in the ocean a little
Okay.
bit. But yeah, I'm sure I'd probably hurt. But I would take that. I would love for that to happen to me.
That's a
You get
great
walloped by a
story.
dolphin.
I would love to
and
get
it's, and it's on
walloped by a
video. And it's on video. There's video of it. I would love that.
Oh,
That,
that's
if
the
annoying,
best.
as long as I don't die, and dolphins aren't going to attack you, so yeah, I wouldn't mind that.
I might
Yeah.
fuck him, but then
Part of me wants to take a dolphin in the wild and just grab on and see what happens. Like a fucking man's man.
yeah.
Like you always see the guy grab a bull by the horns. I just want to grab a dolphin by the
wanna
fin.
grab a
Do you always see that? Do you always see that? I don't know that I've ever seen
Maybe
that.
not always, but you see it.
No, you should do it.
Was that the Costanza where he's grabbing the bull? There a picture of George Costanza holding one.
Did that happen? I don't remember that.
I thought there was one of him doing. I don't know. I might be wrong.
Yeah, it was a lovely evening. Yeah,
That
the
sounds
bugs,
good.
a couple bugs, a little bit of pain in the
Yeah.
ass, but it was nice. And yeah, so I ended up getting my knees, and then like getting back up, I was like, But
Did
yeah,
you have any falls?
never? No.
Anybody,
At one point, I got
anybody
close.
in the trip?
One guy fell. Yeah, one guy fell.
What that
but-
idiot do?
He seemed like he was like. I kept hearing him say like, "Babe, you want to go for a swim?" Like he was telling his girl like he wanted to go in the water, but he definitely did fall. But he seemed like he didn't care that much
He was
about going
looking
in the
for-
water. Like he was just looking for.
He was
excuse
looking to
in the
fall to
water.
go in. Yeah.
Yeah. But I did one point. I got too close to like the to the land, and the bottom of my board caught, and I like took a step. But at that point, I was like, I just took one step onto the, and then I jumped back on the board. Yeah, I never got my shirt wet.
All right. Now, is it exhausting?
No, it's casual. I mean, it was calm. I'm sure if it's rougher waters, it's harder
I
to go
think if
against
it's
the current.
rougher waters, you don't want to be out there.
And on your knees, it's easier to paddle. You have more control, and you can go faster on your knees.
Oh, you do, yeah.
Yeah.
I would probably be a guy on my knees there.
Yeah, I would get bored standing up.
Bees
But
and
then you
knees
see the
guy.
girl who's like,
I'm on my knees
like,
all the time.
there's an instructor, and she's like, you see the way she does it. She's just like not even thinking about it. You see these women like they do yoga on these things. I'm like, I'm not there yet, but
Again with these wacky yoga ones.
Yeah, why do you have to do yoga on that? What's wrong with land?
What's wrong with a mat?
but I mean, I couldn't ask for a better spot. I'm a big sunset and sunrise guy. I'm always out searching for a sunrise and sunset.
Did you get any good pictures? You bring the camera?
I left my phone. I left everything. I'm like, no, there'll be no pictures of this. I didn't want to. I thought I was gonna end up in the water.
That's
I don't bring my
also
phone on
true.
the thing, and end up with my phone being all soaked.
Yeah.
And then we wait. It got dark, and then we just hung out in the middle, and we saw all the fireworks going out.
And that
People East.
professional or people around the
I think
area?
it was just houses, like people in East Merches, and then we could see Dune Road, like all those. You could see there's a strip of huge houses on Dune Road,
Yeah.
and you just see all of like the people letting off their fireworks. And, you know,
That's
in a pretty
nice.
good distance, you can hear them and see them fine. But like
was
you go to like a place where they're doing fireworks, and they're right in front of you.
Oh, it's like World War III at fucking my house, like around there. It was nonstop. It was so loud. Good, like some of them are good around us, but like I'm watching TV outside. I'm like, all right, by 11 this should be done, you know. And then it was just like,
So I used to
boom.
have 3 dogs, and they all hated fireworks. So ever since then, I've kind of been like anti fireworks.
I get it though.
But this was like, all right, give this a shot, and then I try not to be. Because even as I'm seeing them, I'm thinking like, oh, the poor dogs nearby. I hope that they're okay.
Yeah, listen, I feel bad for them, but a couple hours a year, it's all right.
Yeah, it's not a couple.
As long as people
that's what I always
stop at a
say.
reasonable time, it's like okay.
And I would always say a couple hours a week is fine. You got to give people that, or a year rather. But sometimes it's the weekend before 4th of July.
the
A couple
weekend,
days
yeah.
up
It
to it.
usually
It's
is.
like
It's
it's like
And
the
then it's
whole-
the
like
weekend
whole week.
after.
It's like, can we all just keep it to this one time? And
There
I
was
can
somebody
lock my
blowing them
dogs
off at
down?
like between 11 and 12. I'm like, all right, enough. Like, what
Yeah.
are we doing?
Yeah.
Especially the 4th of July this year was on fucking weekday night. It's like
It
enough.
was a weird 4th of July that it was on a Wednesday. It was on Wednesday? No,
Tuesday.
So what'd you do? Great. I saw some pictures.
Yeah, I
Was
went to
that-
Fire Island. I went to my parents have a house. I'd love to get you guys out there.
like to
Me and
go.
Chick were talking about this. But yeah, it was
Your
great.
parents have a
They have a house out there.
All year round they have the houses.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
don't just rent like a summer
Yeah,
house.
no,
there.
it's we've had it for like over 10,
What
15
part of
years.
Fire Island?
Ocean Beach.
I don't know. I don't know why.
It's
I asked. I don't know that
it's
well.
it's the one where there's like
What do
the most restaurants and stuff
Yeah, but where do you get from Bayshore?
from Bayshore. You leave from Bayshore. Yeah,
So can you walk there from Robert Moses?
you can. Yeah, I mean,
I took my bike over. I parked at Robert Moses last year, and I rode my bike to Fire Island.
How is that ride?
It's beautiful.
But how long is it? I'm saying, is it?
It's a good distance.
how long did it take you to get? I'm trying to think of like space. What time? What
Distance?
Distance. That's
Yeah.
the word.
Space.
Space. Time. Continuum. Distance. It's from where you were. How far to get?
How
you
many
to-
miles do
to
you think
the
it is?
to the Fire Island Lighthouse?
Oh, that's like quick.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
So it's I used to walk. I've walked to the Fire Island Lighthouse.
yeah on a bike.
but it's a good maybe half hour, probably a little
Okay.
longer.
Yeah, if I'm on my bike
On a bike, you
from
could-
the parking lot from Robert Moses, you're at the firehouse. You're at the lighthouse in 5 minutes. Not even 5 minutes.
So this is a bike that goes on the sand.
No, it's not. It's just
they have a
it's
path?
mountain bike. But I should get one of those big tired bikes.
Yeah, they sell a lot of those in Fire. Because
I like those, but whenever I see somebody riding one, I'm like, what are you doing with yourself?
Yeah, well, they're riding
Yeah.
on a beach.
No, I
On
get
the
it. Listen,
beach,
I'm an
it's-
asshole who shouldn't even be thinking they're
But
acting.
a lot of times you do see them on the road, and you're like,
I'm like, what are you
save
fucking
it
doing?
for
Yeah.
the beach, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, I don't know what how.
Oh, I'd love to go out there. I haven't spent a lot of time on Fire Island.
Yeah,
it's like
yeah. Me and Chick were talking on the way. Well, it's gonna have to be a Saturday night into Sunday.
yeah. Do a podcast.
You know, we
On the
tried
beach.
to do it a couple years ago. I couldn't get these guys to come out. That's what happened.
yeah.
Um,
I mean, not everything needs to be a
That's not really
podcast,
that true, but
no, that it 100%.
Yeah.
That's why.
We don't.
I wanted to do a live podcast from Fire Island.
a live podcast.
Yeah, and we're gonna record it live from there and release it 4 days later.
This is
Um,
live.
But yeah, I love to do that. So anyway, it was great. We went out. See, I had to work the day after 4th of July,
yeah. Ugh.
so
Yeah.
I was lucky enough they're gonna put me on call, which means I get a text at 4 a.m. to say you can come in. They were gonna give me a late start, but thank God I didn't have to do that.
You don't have to
So,
work.
yeah, I didn't have to work.
But the whole night you're thinking like you have to prepare for
Yeah,
potentially working,
yeah.
so you can't just really let loose.
Exactly. So, but I got there. I did get there.
And you have to go home.
I got there Monday, so I had a
Oh.
couple days.
Oh,
I was
okay.
able to chill.
Nice.
But yeah, it was great.
I love that.
Family out there, a lot of kids.
Yeah, I saw
know.
some pictures. Yeah.
But yeah, it was great.
You guys are good with kids. Both of you guys.
No, not really. I'm not.
Your
I'm
family.
great. I'm fantastic.
Yeah.
I
so I was listening to that baseball thing, and you were talking to that kid, and I was like,
He's
Chick's
very
really good.
good.
Chick's good with kids. Yeah, you
He's
talk
a-
to them like people, which I always love.
Yes.
when people just like
Can't
talk
treat
to
him like a child.
Matter of factly, yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
I love to talk to my. I'm close with my nieces. Other kids, I really don't care.
Yeah.
But like I refuse to talk to them like a child. Like I'll talk to them like I'm talking to a friend, and I feel like it helps.
Yeah,
You
They
know,
respect you.
they do.
yeah. They can
'cause-
sense the
Mhm.
if they're being talked down to.
I actually have a sleepover this Friday. So whenever my roomies go away and I have the house to myself, my nephew likes to come by and hang out with me. So we do a sleepover. And last year we tried one. He got sick. So this year I was like, oh, you want to do it again? He actually asked me about it. So this Friday I have a sleepover date with my nephew, which will be fun.
That's cool.
Think about setting the heat in the pool up, do a little night dip.
Nice.
Maybe,
It's
you know.
adorable.
It's a good idea.
Yeah, it'll be all right. And then, but I love the summertime hanging out with kids because I like getting kids over their fear of swimming and diving. So yesterday, my buddy and his son came by, and we were in my pool, and I was trying to get him to jump off the dive. I wound up having to give him $20 in Robux gift cards to get him to make the jump, but we got him off the diving board. I like seeing them because once they do it and they get over it and they realize it's like,
Did he keep doing it afterwards?
yeah,
Or
and then
was he into it?
I like that. So I'm like, last year, my nephew, my youngest one, beginning of the summer, he was barely in the pool, armbands. By the end, he was swimming without any
That's awesome.
armbands. I always like saying that. So I like pushing people in, not like pushing them in the pool, but like
Yeah.
let's jump.
Making
Let's
them get
jump
over
off
that
of this.
fear.
Let's dive. Let's go underwater.
What's funny is like we were talking about last week about getting over those fears and how things aren't as scary as you think. Like I had that about paddleboarding. I was like anxious about paddleboarding.
yeah, I
I've never
believe
done it
it.
before. I don't know what it's like. And then you get there, it's like, oh, yeah,
And
this is not
and
bad.
it's great.
Yeah, it's not bad. Yeah, it's fun. But I tried to get it. I'm like, maybe I'll do kayaking because I have 2 inflatable kayaks.
Do you?
Yeah. So and it's like that's more relaxed. It's like you're getting the same thing. You get to go out in the water, you get to relax, but you're just like sitting. It's
My
way,
brother-in-law has
way
one
more
of those.
relaxed.
I need an open kayak. I don't like the ones. I don't want to be claustrophobic where I feel like I'm like, if this thing flips over, I'm dead.
Yeah, well, isn't that? Is
You
that
know
a
how like the
different
ones
thing?
where you go in
Like you
and
get like you get,
you're like, yeah, it's like
it's like fits
what do
your
they
body.
strap you in?
I
guess
think so because those are meant more for they're like whipping down
Yeah,
rapids.
I guess I'm thinking canoe is like multiple people. That's like a bunch of people, right?
Right.
Kayak is one person. But yeah, I guess those are kayaks too, where you
Yeah, I thought
Kayaks
so.
has a couple people, I think.
Well, I think you could do it both. There's solos and there's doubles.
right. But then,
Okay.
but I'm thinking of like other things you're talking about. You see people go like off water.
yeah, off
falls.
waterfalls
Oh,
and shit,
forget
and they're
that.
hanging in there.
Those
like,
I guess are just kayaks, but those are ones you're
tied in. I think
tucked
you're. I
into
think
them.
you're even like not even just belted in. I think you're like back.
No, I think you just there's like some type of rubber that you get.
Oh, you don't
into.
even think you're buckled in?
I don't think so.
No,
I
thanks.
I know zero.
That's my point. Is I'm not confident in my skill to kayak that I would feel comfortable flipping over and
Yeah.
being able to get out of that and without drowning.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
Kayaks and canoes, for whatever reason, if it's not open in like a boat almost, I'm good.
Yeah.
He's afraid of canoes.
Have you ever done rapids before?
No.
I did them once. No, not crazy ones, but you could do like different levels of whitewater rap. When we did it for one of my buddy's bachelor parties, and it was actually one of the best. So we went on somewhere. It's like most of the ride is like almost like a lazy river. You're hanging out, drinking, enjoying yourself. And then there's spots where then
And
it's
then
like,
you
all
go-
right, go it. You get ready to go through some rapids. We're not going like the crazy ones, but they said the easiest way to get hurt though is if you fall out, you keep your feet down. That's how you get stuck. So like when you fall out on rapids, that's all rocks and shit. You're supposed to like not put your feet down. You're supposed to like keep your feet up so you're flowing with it and you're not getting caught in like a rock or some shit.
That probably goes against your instinct. To,
That's
like,
what
catch-
I.
to
When your
catch
instinct
yourself,
would be
yeah.
to put your foot down to step.
Stop yourself.
Yeah.
But that's how you get. Apparently,
How
that's
deep are they?
because it's uneven.
And
when
couldn't
you're
there
on
just be
those.
like a rock just waiting for you, and you just like even if you have your feet up, you just
Oh yeah,
Pound
you
to
know,
rock.
there's ways around it. I mean, you got to hope you have a good guide.
Do people fall off?
Yeah, people fall. I mean, Chris went with us. People will fall, and so there's parts where you could jump off and kind of just hang out in the water next to it. But it was like a whole day, so it's like casual part. Then we pull over and have like a picnic for like an hour. Then we go back in, and then it's like certain parts are crazy and certain parts are calm. But it was awesome. I honestly
sounds
recommend.
cool.
It was actually a lot of fun.
I would do the lightest version.
That
of
you would have had fun doing what we did. Like
Yeah.
it was not scary. It wasn't.
I wouldn't have wanted to fall off in a rapid though.
I agree with you. I'm not.
You didn't fall off in a rapid?
No, I'm also not. When I'm on shit like that, I'm not tempting fate. You know, I'm not like the
Right.
guy who's like, oh.
But people did fall off.
Yeah,
In
but
the
no,
rapid.
not necessarily. No, I don't think anybody fell off that didn't want. Like there was a couple we dove in, but not really.
Okay.
Did you see the guy who just jumped off the Fire Island ferry?
No.
I heard
yeah.
about that. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know the
I
whole
just saw the
story.
clip on like Newsday's Instagram page.
I always thought about that.
Yeah,
He got in trouble, right? He
Yeah,
got arrested. Yeah, I
afterwards,
saw
yeah.
that. I
That's
didn't know much.
dangerous. When you go on the ferry, there's boats all over the
Yeah,
place.
I
That's
wouldn't do it.
another thing.
But it's also a high jump. That's not. You can
How
hurt
far
yourself
was it
landing.
from the land?
I didn't read enough into it.
That's why I didn't either. I just saw that it
I
happened.
just saw that it's
Well, that's what I was going to say about the kayak situation. People getting killed with kayaks these days. So be careful.
What, getting hit by kayaks?
No, they fall over. They lose control and
Listen,
they
I'm
get hit
going.
by
I'm going in the
Yeah,
Nissaquag
if you're going, it depends where you're
River.
going.
There you go. Fine.
That's
But-
why I say you could do this stuff without risking your life. Like,
But the Great South Bay, you never know. There's a lot of
I wouldn't go.
South
I
Bay.
wouldn't go in the Great South Bay.
yeah.
It's-
There's a lot of boats and a lot of people coming from Fire Island. Maybe had a couple of
Yeah, I'm not going
rocket
anywhere with a lot
fuels.
of
I'm
boats.
also not a big, like, if I think there's sharks and possibly in the water, I feel zero desire to go in the water. I'm not someone who pushes. Like, I'm a pool guy. I could go in, like, the shallow end, but I'm not, let me see how far I could go into the ocean.
Several shark bites this weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course.
Several.
Sharks are all over
They had to
New York
shut down
now.
the ocean. They had to shut down the beach.
Did they really? They were coming up that
There
close?
was like 3 or 4
Yeah.
like, yeah.
What are they? Do you know what types?
tiny sharks. So everybody survived. Nobody was losing any limbs, but bites
listen.
nonetheless.
I like to go in early in the morning. I like to go to ocean.
Is that prime feeding time early in the morning, though? I feel like that's a touch time.
You want to be breakfast? Is that what you want?
Isn't it?
No,
You're supposed to
I
get
don't
up nice and early to go shark fishing.
Is it? Oh yeah.
They usually go like really early in the morning. I know. I don't know if that's really feeding time, but
So I like to go to the beach super early for sunrise, and then I go in the water a little bit. Nobody else is at the beach. Maybe a couple people fishing off
Yeah.
the beach, and then
Out
getting
before the-
in the ocean. Yeah, it's nice. But yeah, then I'm out. But yeah, it is definitely also a little scary with the sharks because.
there's a lot.
But
of
I don't
them.
go out that far. I just,
Well, that's
I
why I'm
just
asking,
kinda-
how
I just
far do
kinda-
you-
Yeah,
do you-
I just go under.
Yeah.
a couple waves.
Yeah.
Crash on
I
me.
feel like
and then-
that's safe enough.
I think about myself as a kid, how we used to push, see how far we can go out and sit in that water for hours on days when we were there. And I'm like, what was I thinking? Shark bait.
Yeah, but sharks weren't as prevalent.
They are more. This
They're
Oh,
out
yeah, no, they
now.
are a lot more. You know what's also probably not helping is they got the Long Island shark kid, the guy who fishes the sharks off the thing.
Who's that guy?
Yeah, I don't know, some meathead who's always fishing at some one of the beaches on Jones Beach, whatever they are, Tobay.
So he's bringing them in.
He has a page. I gotta find it, the Long Island Shark Man or whatever it is, and the kid literally pulled in great whites. He's pulled in like
Really?
all types of shit.
Huh. I didn't.
It's
even-
actually pretty cool watching him bring these fucking things in because it's fucking hard as shit.
Wow.
But like, and he's doing it off the beach, and
Right.
people come in and watch him. But like, he's catching all these things right off our waters, like fucking nuts.
It is.
I just don't like to tempt. Like, I'm not big into going into an animal's area and surprised when something happens.
Yeah.
Me neither.
I mean, I was in a kayak in Hawaii, and it was like humpback whales, like breaching, like not far from me.
I would love to see that, but I don't want to be. I want to be on a
It's
comfortable
scary, though.
boat. Not
Because like there's no reason why like the place I was, I was probably a little more shallow than a humpback whale would have been, but it's like that's too close.
It's
Yeah.
It's like there's no reason why that thing's not going to fall on my boat. I always wondered why there's not an. I mean, I guess because you don't. They know where you are, maybe. But like, why
guess
there's
so.
not enough breaches that don't land on fucking vessels?
It should happen more often. I did the same
That
thing.
picture up there, I have right.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, well, that one of that's fake, I think, but that's
Oh.
why. Like that's I think a picture of that all the time. Just a whale coming up and just landing. I mean,
Yeah,
you've seen
landing.
it. It's happened. Land on a
You're
kayak or a
dead,
boat.
right? If you land,
They're not
I
going to
don't
try
know.
and kill you, but if you don't die on impact, you're going to have to get out of the water. The boat's probably done, I would imagine.
You gotta be. Yeah, if it hits you, you gotta.
If it hits
If
you,
it
you're
hits
dead.
you,
You're
it's
done.
You're done.
I gotta imagine.
Yeah, you
right?
can't. You know how much that weighs? It's like a bus falling on you.
Yeah.
A whale?
Yeah.
Maybe a dolphin, no, but a whale, yeah, you're fucking
I
dead,
think even
bro.
a dolphin.
But
would
the fact
hurt.
that it's water, it doesn't just push you underwater. Then
Still impact.
yeah, I
Yeah.
know. Yeah.
I did that too in Hawaii, and it freaked me out. that whales could be around here, and then we snorkeled around it.
I did the
And
same
I was
thing.
like, "What
Yeah,
is this? Is
Yeah.
Very
you see
scary.
turtles? You see turtles when you're under there?
yeah."
But I feel like they have to be snorkeling in areas, right? Do they tempting fate though? And do you think those areas are like we could snorkel here, and it's usually the whale's not going to be
I
over
don't remember
here?
it being that deep. I think where I was snorkeling was kind of shallow.
I don't like anything where I'm like, I don't know. I just don't like. I want to see that shit, but in like a safe, like put me in a shark tank and drop me in, so I'm in a
that
cage.
Or
sounds.
caged up.
I don't even know if I trust cages as much. I want like the plexiglass that they can't fucking chomp down on.
Yeah.
It's so funny. Sometimes when I'm working, I deliver to the aquarium out east.
Oh, I hate aquariums. Blow them
Yeah.
all up.
I love the smell of an
Well,
aquarium.
I don't know if you blow them. Maybe let the animals out.
Well, that's what I
first.
mean. Yeah, no, I'm not. I want the animals. I think it's. I can't watch
Yeah,
a whale
zoos
in a
and-
fucking.
Yeah.
Some zoos, or at least they give the. You know, that's
Well,
still,
some zoos are rehab zoos,
Yeah.
which is like these animals wouldn't have a
chance in the
chance in
wild.
the wild. But yeah, most aquariums. But it's funny. I'll be delivering, and I'm walking through that thing, and I'm like, "There's sharks right there." Like it's funny to
Yeah.
be working and then be like,
There's a
"There's
shark.
sharks right there." Like that's funny.
I delivered to that aquarium too. The one
that
in
right?
Riverhead.
Riverhead.
Yeah.
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 It's been a while.
I've
Maybe you
never.
guys
We don't
took our
deliver Red
business.
Bull to them, but I've driven in that area past that thing nonstop.
Yep.
I hate it. I hate aquariums.
Yeah, I don't like.
I don't.
aquariums.
Zoos
Yeah, no,
bother
they're
me,
not-
but
they're not
nowhere
great.
near as
Yeah.
much as aquariums do.
Yeah.
Because to me, it's like you got these things that are used to swimming in the vast ocean, and you got it.
Maybe that Brian Regan bit where he talks about people who own birds in their house.
Oh my god,
And
it's
they're
like
like-
torture.
Yeah.
I don't know that.
I've
my God,
seen
it's
that.
so
I've
funny.
actually heard that bit. It's fucking funny.
I think that's insane to have.
He's
a
like,
bird.
he goes, thanks for the environment. He goes, he goes, I've been given the gift of flight. You're taking it from me. And he goes, you can change. He goes, I read all these newspapers because he puts newspapers down.
I read all
newspapers on
these
the bottom.
papers.
That's hilarious.
He goes, the fact that he goes, I whited out some errors. Yeah, but I love that. He goes, thanks for the environment. I've been
That's what
given
I
the
remember.
gift
The
of flight.
thanks for the environment, and given the gift of flight.
That's so funny. It's true though. I mean, it's.
Yeah.
And I'm not even
I
like.
don't get the bird.
I'd
thing.
probably come out as like this big PETA guy. I'm not, but I'm not against. But I just don't
doesn't
like
look good.
fucking zoos and shit.
I would
What?
I would have more respect for you if you were a big PETA guy.
I
there's
just don't
sometimes
like
they
to
go a little too
affiliate
far, but-
myself with a group
Yeah, I
like
agree.
that.
Yeah.
I'm just, I think treat the animals normal. I don't understand how we still have them. Is what I don't get.
Yeah,
Is how they haven't been because like after was it Blackfish, the documentary about
yeah.
SeaWorld?
that killed me.
I know, but like how are they still open? Is what I don't get.
It's every year, like the circuses, did away with the animals. Like it gets better every year. They take something away from them, but yeah, it should not be.
Circus.
But the
messes me up.
The rehabilitation
argument,
places,
the
I don't
argument
mind.
is always that it fosters an interest in young kids to then want to get into the marine biology industry, and then they actually help with the
There's
animals.
not another way to do it.
You're right. Yeah, I'm not.
No,
making
no,
an argument.
I know, and
That's
I'm
the
not
argument
coming
that
at you,
there's
but
always-
I'm saying like there's got to be another way to strike the kid's fucking interest.
Yeah, and usually kids that are interested in marine world, it's like they're interested without the aquarium. Like,
Yeah, they don't.
just-
It's
yeah.
not because you take them to the aquarium
Yeah.
because they love it.
Yeah, if you just took them to the ocean on a whale watching trip, it'd probably be more beneficial.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
What about gorillas that are actually smart animals and you have them? It's like fucking.
yeah.
You ever see them when they're watching like the babies and shit?
Yeah,
I saw one
yeah.
the
You
other
just
day.
see like the life in their eyes.
Yeah, like
they're
those
just
things
You
are
can see
fucking.
it.
Those things have brains. Like
You
they're
can
fucking
totally
smart
see it.
fucking animals. And you got them locked in this fucking thing with people banging on a fucking glass, just hating humans.
Just makes
Such
me
fucking
sad.
awful
I
animals.
went
we
to
are.
the Bronx once and I yelled at a woman, just being rude, and I still to this day sometimes think like, that was like the meanest I've ever been in this thing. Because I told the girls, a little girl, that her mother was an idiot. And I was like,
Good for you.
I'm like, I shouldn't have done that.
No,
I
you
was
should have. I
How
love that
how
you
old
did
was
that.
the little girl?
5.
Yeah, she deserved it. You know what?
And what was
Someone's
the
gonna.
what? But okay, why?
They were just like, it's like everything's like everybody's always waiting for the chance to get up to the glass to see the thing. And she was just like she wasn't waiting. She was like pushing in and I had a chance. Like I wasn't taking an overly long time, and she was like being pushed. And she said something nasty to me, and I was like, I just let off on her. And
for
and
you.
I
so
looked- and
instead
I
of talking to the
no, I talked to the woman first, and then she said something about, don't talk about that. Don't talk to me like that in front of my daughter or whatever. I looked at the door. I said, your mother's an idiot.
I love that. Good for you.
Good for you is right. Not enough parents hear that.
What was the response?
She was like flabbergasted, like, how dare you?
Oh, how dare you talk to my daughter?
Yeah.
You know, that's probably what happened. But you
Your
know
mother's
what?
an idiot. That's great. Oh, good.
I
good
just
job.
feel like, you know, we start a zoo with humans.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want that because you'd be the first one
Hey,
to.
listen, this is what we
thrown in
call
a
a
zoo.
lazy human.
We're over an hour 13 here. You want to do the rest?
Yeah,
of
I was gonna do my
picks?
picks. So we did the Flamin' Hot. That's on Disney Plus. I do. I recommend that, even though B didn't like
recommend
the
it too.
chips. He didn't like the Cheetos, so he didn't like the movie.
They repeated on me all night, but
Well, what do you expect right now? You're flaming Cheeto when you haven't been eating much.
this was a couple weeks ago, but yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So the
You
next
gotta
one.
watch a movie about a salad and some protein.
Oh, I should.
So you gotta watch a movie.
I should do that.
That won't even get me going.
The other recommendation I have is Tom Segura's Sledgehammer. It's his new special, and it was fucking hysterical. He had two stories. One about Joey Diaz that was fucking great, and then this one with his mother at the end that he finished with.
You like the drug stories, is what you liked.
Well, what you heard? You watched it? Oh, you
I
did?
watched it today, yeah.
The mother one, I thought, the mother one was hysterical too. At the end, he's just so good, Tom Segura.
Yeah, I didn't watch it.
Did you like it though? What'd you think?
I enjoyed it. I didn't love it.
Okay.
I think I'm really growing tired of storyteller comics. He's like the best of them, I think, or he's one of the best.
They at
working
least
today.
seem true.
They seem true, and he has a way of. He's just such a likable guy.
Yeah.
He's got
He's
a
a good
likable way,
storyteller.
and I laughed. There's definitely
Yeah.
times where I laughed. I enjoyed it, but I way more prefer observational, abstract opinions of things, or kind of.
I get it.
Yeah, but I said I enjoyed it. Yeah, it was funny.
I loved it.
Yeah.
I love Segura. Yeah, so that one just came out. It's called Sledgehammer. And then the new movie, Run, Rabbit, Run. It's with, I forget her name. It's the chick from Succession, the daughter.
Run, Rabbit, Run. Didn't that come out years ago?
Yeah.
Just came out.
Get out of here.
Why do I know that name?
Run,
Now you got me
Rabbit,
thinking
Run.
that
Well,
it's...
there was Jojo Rabbit that came
Maybe
out.
that's-
years
That's,
ago.
yeah, Jojo. Yeah, this
in those-
isn't the one with Nazis.
I'm thinking of Run, Ronnie, Run, which was the
Run,
David
Ronnie,
Cross.
Run.
Yeah,
Was
no,
that
this
Run,
came
Ronnie,
out this year. I'm not
All
that
right.
crazy.
All right.
No, I just had to double check
Yeah,
and you
so
made me...
Run, Ronnie, Run came out in 2002. That was
Yeah,
this
this
show.
is with the chick. Yeah, 2023. It's basically this divorced mother. Her daughter's just acting like crazy weird.
It's a Shiv from Succession.
Yes, Shiv.
Shiv, huh? All right.
I love her. I,
like
think she's a
Shiv,
great actress. She was excellent in that. But she's really good in this. She just plays a mother, and she's having a lot of issues. It's a really creepy, semi horror movie.
I'd be interested to just see that woman in a non-Shiv role.
And
Me
she's,
too.
she
Yeah.
actually
So-
talks with her real accent in this
Oh,
because she's Australian.
Australian, yeah.
Yeah. And the daughter's really good in it. It's a pretty cool story, and yeah, it was really good. I thought
Yeah, that's funny. I just want to see her not be Shiv.
Yeah.
because that's all I've ever seen her do. I've never seen her
too.
in anything
Yeah.
else.
Yeah.
That's one of the main reasons why I watched it was to see how she was, and I was enjoyed it. It
Yeah, I'd
wasn't
like to see that.
it wasn't a fucking 10 out of 10, but it was a good movie. Hour 40 minutes should be all right.
All right.
And I got some big movies hopefully coming that I was telling B that are coming out. I
Yeah.
can't wait. The
He sent me,
Oppenheimer
like,
movie.
7 trailers.
Yeah.
Did you see the trailer for Oppenheimer?
Yeah, I saw it in the
Christopher
theater.
Nolan,
Yeah.
Cillian Murphy. That looks fantastic.
I want to go see Past Lives. Have you seen the trailer for Past Lives?
No.
It's a real sappy looking thing.
But is it like someone's like looking back
About
at their
two
life?
kids who like they separate in their age and they kind of come back together when they're older
Oh,
and they come
okay.
back together and it's this like whole relationship thing and
All
this
right.
woman's got a relationship but she keeps kind of like thinking about this guy that she knew when she was a kid and
All right,
so
all right.
yeah.
And then the
Yeah,
other
anybody
one
good?
that's coming out soon is the
No-
new
nobody
that new
big.
Scorsese movie.
Yeah,
that looks
Flower.
Killer of the Flower Moon.
So I bought that book and I never read it.
I was gonna say, did you read the
I
book?
never
'Cause
read. I
didn't.
bought it because I heard the premise of the book and I was like, I love this story. The story sounds
I
so
don't-
good. I bought this
Yeah.
book 5 years ago.
Yeah.
And then I think when I bought it, it was optioned for a movie even back then. Like it was optioned for a movie almost immediately. So I've been looking forward to this movie for a while because I never got around to that book.
Yeah, it's just about an Indian family that gets murdered in the 1920s, and it's like mysterious circumstances.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
can't
he
wait for
told
that.
me. I haven't heard about this. but
The trailer that I just saw the trailer for I
Looks
knew about
so
the
good.
movie. I just
I'm
saw the
looking
trailer,
forward to
and it looks
The trailer
fantastic.
looks amazing. Yeah.
The other movie that I just saw a trailer that's coming out, but I think this is actually not like Oppenheimer's this month, and Killer of whatever that other one we just mentioned is next month. But Bob Marley, they're doing a new biopic about him, and the trailer dropped. I'll send it to you.
It's funny.
It's going to be awesome, or it's going to be fucking awful. Like
Yeah.
that's
The biopic is
yeah.
they're hit or miss. I think they're either done really
there's
well.
only been a couple of good ones in my opinion, but
What's a good one?
I'm curious which ones you liked.
I liked Basquiat. It's not a music one, but it's an artist.
Never saw that
That's
one.
on HBO, right?
I don't know. It's old.
Okay.
And I hate the artist Basquiat. Like I don't like his art, but the movie is
You don't like
is
his art at
incredible.
all?
No,
I
I hate it.
I like
actually.
some of it.
Yeah, no, it bothers me because I don't think he's proven himself that he's a talented. Like he's like a child. Like I don't like
Right.
him. I don't like Keith Haring. I don't like Andy Warhol. Like I don't like
You
none
don't
of
like
that
any of
stuff.
those.
Yeah, Andy Warhol is like he at least like he had like a skill to him, but I don't know. I like technical artists. I like people who can like are impressively like
Right,
technically
right.
impressive.
Yeah, those guys.
And then if you want to do
wasn't-
something abstract, I give you credit because I'm like, well, you've proven yourself. Now, if you're doing this, it's a choice. It's not because you don't have a skill that you can't paint. It's
Who's your
that you-
favorite artist?
Greg Simpkins, right there, because it used to go by the name. It used to be a graffiti artist, goes by the name Crayola.
Okay.
I've heard of him.
Yeah,
I've heard of Crayola.
yeah, Crayola. Yeah, he used to graffiti as Crayola.
That's what I'm saying, I've heard
now,
of that.
Now he's like that's.
I
just
think
a
I
print-
watched
that's
a
just
thing
print.
about street art, like a
It's a print
documentary
that is,
on
yeah.
it.
But it's like abstract-ish, but super.
Yeah.
What was the other biopics you like?
I liked the Johnny Cash one. I think I haven't seen
The
this
Johnny
as it came
Cash
out.
one-
I haven't seen this as it came out. I don't know if it holds up, but I liked it when I watched
The
it.
Johnny Cash and Ray Charles ones were great.
Never saw the Ray Charles one. I heard that one was good
That
too.
one was
Ray Charles
excellent.
was good.
Yeah.
Elvis was okay. I thought the
Never saw-
Elton John was awful.
I heard that. Yeah,
I thought it was awful.
I guess maybe I'm speaking on my ass because I haven't seen a lot of them. I haven't seen the Muhammad Ali one, which
The
Muhammad Ali was
Will
good.
Smith?
yeah,
Will Smith did a really
It
good
was
job.
good. Yeah.
And the boxing was pretty good considering.
but
There's a lot of guys do boxing movies and they're terrible. I don't really like my buddy who's a huge boxing fan notices it more than me. Or like some of them are cringeworthy.
Yeah.
Like the actual boxing part of it. But he always
You
gets
got to really know box. Well, yeah, I guess you could.
But some of them just don't look but he was saying like Will Smith he was good.
yeah.
But I thought that movie was good. But yeah, I mean it's tough. The Bob Marley story, to me, is very good and interesting.
yeah.
And if the movie's rushed or not done and it's not long enough, like to me, that movie needs to be 3 hours or
Oh God, 3 hours.
it does though. You can't rush his
Oh,
whole.
but now I always prefer when a biopic or biopic picks out a section of a person's life rather than trying to tell a whole life.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You're either going to pick a moment in his career and kind of
So you
focus
could do
on that.
You could do multiple movies on a person.
Yeah.
You know,
But if they
If you
try and do his whole
if you try to
thing,
do front
or
to
even
back.
if you like you could focus on something, but you kind of brush through some things. It's going to be a 2.5, 3 hour movie if you want to touch. If
Funny,
you're
'cause
going to do it.
I've been listening to so much reggae lately. It's so funny.
I love reggae.
Yeah, I don't like. So when I was going to pick up Monique the other night to go to do our little paddleboard thing, it felt like a very vacation-y thing to do.
Yeah.
So I wanted to set the tone when I picked her up. I'm like, I'm going to put on some reggae, and we're going to like go into this like
That's a good way to do it.
we're on vacation, heading to. We're going on this excursion. We booked this thing, so it was like island vibes.
There you go.
Yeah.
And then I was listening. I'm like, I'm really enjoying this. So all day today was all reggae.
Who'd you listen to? Anybody?
I just found like an Apple Music
right.
playlist that has like a ton of. I'm not really well versed in reggae.
the
so,
Born Jamericans are good.
Yeah, up until today, my favorite reggae album was Sinead O'Connor. Sinead O'Connor reggae.
She has a
album.
reggae
She had a
album.
reggae album,
Yeah, it's like terrible.
and that was your favorite reggae album.
I
mean, I
like.
like-
I was a big. I mean, I like
I
Peter
like
Tosh and Bob
Yeah.
Marley and all
yeah, I
that
like
stuff.
Bob Marley, and I liked
But like the '90s
Bernie
reggae
Spear.
was like Buju Banton. I fucking love.
Yeah, I like
yeah,
some of his
I don't know a lot of like,
Tonto
I'm not-
Metro and
deep
Devontae.
like
I
that.
used to listen to a decent amount.
I just think it's insane how like a guy like Bob Marley from Jamaica just still has songs that are like
He wrote so much.
great today that like
Yeah, they're great,
generations of people like my nieces still love his songs.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
know.
You know?
I was
Timeless.
so crazy. His name
Timeless
was Bob.
songs.
His name was Bob.
Yeah,
It's not-
Well, he's half white.
Yeah, no, but still, you look at him, you don't think that's not.
It makes sense. His father, but when you think about, his father,
It does,
probably-
but if you were to see you like Bob, all right,
Yeah.
what's your
he
real
wasn't.
name,
He
though?
was made like he was. People didn't really like Jamaicans. They weren't thrilled with him either, being half white. I forget
Yeah.
what they
He
had.
grew
It
up
was
he grew up he spent a lot of time in like Pittsburgh. Like he
Is
spent a
that
lot of his
true?
life in like I don't know Pittsburgh specifically, but something like that. Like, so, like I think it might have been Pittsburgh, but yeah,
his story's really cool, especially when he got shot at, trying to do it. Why he died? He had it was just a soccer injury on his toe that got infected and became cancerous. But because of his religion, he didn't want to cut off his toe.
stupid.
And that is what it is.
Handsome guy too.
Yeah, very
Now,
much.
now you want to be part of the podcast?
Yeah,
Somebody's hot.
Welcome, Jack.
Jack, One-Eyed Jack.
One-eyed Jack. I love that dog already.
He's a good guy.
if you were to put the fur up over its eyes, what would we see?
It's just nothing.
Nothing at all.
Yeah, they usually clean it up. They're not going to just leave some
Yeah.
creepy looking socket, dude.
Yeah. Interesting.
He doesn't want to look. Don't look at me.
He's looking
He's
from his
proud of
good
it.
eye.
He's proud of it. He's like, yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. So it's a battle
Does
scar.
he have problems making left turns or?
No, he's
adapted.
He's pretty. Yeah.
I like that dog. That's a good dog.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Well, yeah.
All right.
On that note, if you made it this far, y'all,
We
right.
appreciate you.
Thank you.
thank you. Like and subscribe.